And I submit to you, as we stand here today in 2019, we've officially entered phase 5. We are officially at a point where we as digital marketers must decide, are we going to innovate or are we going to allow someone else to disrupt us? I'm going to get to this thing that happened that I believe puts us in this phase 5, but let's kind of turn back the clock a little bit. I don't know if it's because it's the 10th anniversary of Traffic and Conversion Summit, but I was feeling oddly nostalgic preparing this today. So I want to go back to the early days. I believe that digital marketing began. The birth of digital marketing happened when this little baby appeared. You know what that is? That's the first banner ad ever. The very first banner ad got its very first click in 1994. Wired magazine on hotwired.com. AT&T bought this ad space. You know what the click-through rate was, by the way? 78%. Who's getting a 78% click-through rate on anything right now? Nobody. It can be like an ad that's like, free money, no, seriously, it's free. We know who you are, we will send it to you, and people will be like, I ain't clicking on that. 1995 to 2000 gave us the dot-com boom and bust. People talk about the dot-com bust as being a bad thing. It certainly was for a lot of companies, but it got digital, it got the internet in the news. Also in 2000, that was when Google AdWords first launched. Part of the reason that I believe that the shift from the discovery era into the proliferation occurred in 2000 was because when Google AdWords launched as a system where you could go on, for the first time as an advertiser, I can now go on at scale and I can buy advertising. I don't have to go through one of the large Madison Avenue agencies. It's self-serve. I can go and I can do it myself. That's when everything changed. I will also point out that in 2000, I happened to meet a girl. She happened to inspire me to start a little business so I could buy her an engagement ring, and I made my very first sale in 2000. So if you want to know where was I in this, yes, I agree. Go into the chapel. Yes. 15 years, yeah. My wife is joining me in the audience today. This year, for the first time, we also our 12, soon to be 13-year-old son is joining us as well. First time he's ever been to a Traffic and Conversion Summit. Yeah. You should know this talk is about to get very juvenile very quickly. I'm essentially performing for an audience of one. You'll see when we get there. Okay. So that's phase 1. That's the discovery phase. Phase 2, the proliferation phase. In 2002, the first mommy blog launched. We got any mommy bloggers in the room today? Yeah, you are. By 2010, there were literally millions of mommy blogs. That's proliferation. WordPress launched in 2003. 120 million blogs by 2009. Then we had Facebook. Then we got YouTube. Then we got Twitter. Then in 2007, we got both Facebook ads and the iPhone was released. And at that point, we had proliferation in totally new media. Mobile. Remember mobile? Proliferation of a completely new media. But then something happened in 2009. And this is why I believe the shift happened when we left proliferation. Something funny happened in 2009. Google introduced Quality Score. They introduced Quality Score to their platform. They said it's no longer merely about who's spending the most. We want to know, are your ads or your landing page high quality? Do people like them? And the best way to show its effect on advertisers is simply to demonstrate it. Okay, some of you have been around. You've seen this one before. So this guy right here in the yellow, let's pretend that that is Google AdWords. Okay? And let's pretend that you, as the advertiser, are about to round the corner about now. In 2009, we called this the Google slap. Who remembers the Google slap? Now look around at this. Not as many hands as you might think, because a lot of people did not recover from the Google slap. But that occurred in 2009 with the Google Quality Score Index. Google, not wanting to only slap advertisers, said, you know what, let's go ahead and introduce the Panda update as well, and also slap some of those low-quality sites in the organic ranking. Then Gmail introduced their promotions tab in 2013. That was cool. That was like the 73rd time that everybody proclaimed that email was dying. Then, not to be outdone, in 2014, Facebook did a slap of their own. Weapons, dating sites, basically any ad. Remember, prior to 2014, every single Facebook ad had cleavage? It was like a mortgage service, and there's cleavage, right? All gone in 2014. Standardization, regulation. And I would argue that the whole era could best be described as a giant flaming pile of poo. And those of us who lived through it and who can laugh about it now, it's only because we're on the other side of it, because we were not laughing then. It was hard. It was really, really, really hard. The good news is, then it got a lot worse. Because then we shifted into the consolidation phase, 2015 to 2019. Now what do we have? Well, basically, you got Google and Facebook controlling only all the online advertising. What do you think that did to ad prices? Up, down? What do you think? Yeah, they went up. But hey, at the same time, Amazon went ahead and, consolidated almost all commerce. That's cool. It's projected that Google and Facebook are going to control over 84% of online ad spend this year. 84%. And that's actually been revised down. It's been revised down. You know why they might not get there? You know who's nipping at their heels? Amazon. Screw it. Why not? Right now, Amazon represents just under, they're like one decent Black Friday sale away from being over 50% of all U.S. e-commerce sales. They only recently got to Australia. They're not done by any stretch of the imagination. And for people who think that, these scandals must be hurting them, right? So far, the result has only been traffic costs more. Is there anybody in this room who is paying less for traffic today than you were 2 years ago? Look at the people with their hands up. They're what we call liars. This is Google's own annual report. Look at this. Look at this. 2016 is this line right here. Then 2017, and then 2018. Their ad revenue doubled between 2016 and 2018. Doubled. Did their user growth double? No, we're not producing humans that quickly. Oh, I bet that Cambridge Analytica scandal really hurt them. Bet it didn't. You got opinions, I got math. So how did it happen? Well, despite a growth of about 5%, ad prices went up about 29%. Oh, that's how you double. And all companies are feeling the pinch. Chamath Palihapitiya, who's the founder of Social Capital and an early Facebook executive on the founding executive team, he said right now, startups that are being funded startups, they're spending 40% of their VC money, 40% of the cash they get from VCs on Google, Facebook, and Amazon. He said fresh tactics go stale in months, and customer acquisition costs just keep rising. When I was doing research, I found this chart. I was like, finally, someone who's getting their Facebook ad costs to go down. How are they doing it? Then I looked more closely. No, they're not. They just graph weird. 2014, 2013, 2015, 2018. I was so happy for a second. It should look like that. It's a giant flaming pile of poo, too.